Hey everyone and welcome. Dominic here with our Catholic Homeschool Neighborhood, and we're excited to be chatting with Adam Kinnick. Welcome, Adam. How are you?
I'm excellent, Dominic. Thank you very much for having me today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited to get into our discussion today. Adam is the Associate Director of Admissions at Ave Maria University, and in just a second, we're going to chat with him about the mission of Ave, his message to their message to homeschool families, and something interesting about Adam. First, let's get this thing started properly. So the Catholic Homeschool Neighborhood, we're on a quest with you to find the best fit for your homeschool life. This Catholic Homeschool Neighborhood introduces you to friendly creators and guides as you build your own homeschool neighborhood. I am Dominic de Souza, a second-gen homeschooling dad. Adam, why don't we dive in here? Can you share with our viewers a short story, something interesting about you that maybe people don't know and that it's kind of fun that you'd like people to know?
Sure. So I think the interesting fact may be my love of cinema. I'm a huge film fan. That's often how I keep in touch with my friends. People who I went to college with is through a mutual enjoyment of this art form. We'll watch movies and talk about them. So that's big film fan. That's what I've got cooking right now.
I'm curious, is that something that's been growing for a long time? Is there like a top movie or series that you like really would recommend to people?
Wow, that's a great question. So yes, it's been growing for a long time. I've been a big movie fan since I was a child, but lately kind of getting more into, I would say, good film as much as I can. I tried recently trying to come up with my 10 favorite movies of all time. Not necessarily the best 10 movies, but my 10 favorite movies. And the list, I think right now is at about 25. So I have 10 favorite movies. And I assume that list will continue to grow. One that I've been thinking about a lot lately is Amadeus, a movie from the 80s about Mozart. So, and I think I was having a conversation with someone recently, and I thought that it was the best example that I could come up with of a movie where what you see on screen perfectly matches what you're hearing, and it's beautiful to both see and listen to. So that's right now, if you ask me today, that might be my favorite movie because I've been thinking about it. If you ask me tomorrow, it might change.
I've not seen that. I'll give that a go. That sounds interesting.
Definitely recommend it.
So what is the charism then? What's the mission of Ave Maria University?
Sure. So Ave Maria University was founded by Tom Monahan, who was the founder of Domino's Pizza, right? And so Tom's mission in life, after sort of a reversion to his Catholic faith, was to go to heaven and bring as many souls as he possibly could with him. He came to the conclusion that the best way he could do this was through education, and then honed in on Catholic higher education as the best avenue within the educational world itself. So I think really the mission of Ave Maria University is just that. The education in the Catholic intellectual tradition of our students in an environment that is authentically Catholic, promotes authentic Catholic faith, gives students access to the sacramental life of the church, and then ultimately hopes for their education, their formation, and ultimately, I hope, their sanctification.
Beautiful. And how long has Ave been around?
So the Ave Maria Institute was founded up in Michigan in 1998. Then in 2003, it moved down to Naples, Florida in 2007, out to Ave Maria, Florida, and has gone through iterations of Ave Maria Institute, Ave Maria College, and now Ave Maria University.
Gotcha. How do homeschool kids fare when they end up there? Like, what kinds of students usually do well or are attracted or go to Ave?
Absolutely. I think students who do well at Ave Maria University are those students who have a good formation in a liberal arts core, have read parts of Western tradition and especially the Christian intellectual tradition of the world. And then from there, they desire that in college, but also have a desire to be presented with many different options of what, after a formation in the core, they may want to study, whether that's biochemistry or whether that's physics or whether that's classics and early Christian literature. I think that's a student who does well is someone who is open to and desires a good foundation in a classical core curriculum with the ability and the options to then branch out and specify into a field and a program that they're passionate about.
Sure. No, that's one. Do they have is there a movie or cinema appreciation program?
There have been at various times, film clubs on campus. I had an opportunity to take a course. I minored in history when I was a student here at Ave Maria University. And one of my history electives that I was able to take as a part of my minor was film in history. And so, or history and film. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. So it was a look at various historical periods as portrayed in film. And I took that with Professor Dan Davey, who's now our Associate Dean of Faculty. And it was a really incredible course. We've got a few courses like that, politics and film and history and film. So a couple of courses that are really neat to be able to get into.
Man, I confess I'd be personally fascinated with that. I grew up watching Ben-Hur, I don't know how many times.
Sure.
And I remember one of the behind the scenes, and they were so proud where they said, our sets are so accurate that if someone from the first century walked on set, they'd be like, yeah, this is normal, way to go. It'd be curious.
Other than the cameras pointed at them.
Well, and the jeans and the Dunkin' Donuts. And but yeah, what was that other one? Last Samurai. It's quite an adult film, but that's absolutely one of my favorites, that sense of finding meaning, and it's so beautifully filmed. I'm curious in terms of how Ave perhaps relates to the landscape of Catholic colleges and universities. What's something about Ave that's that's distinct apart from the location, which is obviously a big deal? What's something that especially homeschool students should know about Ave that maybe sets you apart from the other colleges?
Sure. I think that one of the things that I like to think about is when you are considering where you want to go for college, one of the most important things to ask yourself is, who are the people I'm going to be surrounding myself with, right? And I think this is something that all of us should regularly ask ourselves. Who are the people I'm spending time with every day? Who are my friends going to be? Who are my children's friends going to be? That's something I'm a father of two now. I have two young boys at home. And so that's something that I think about frequently. Who do I want my children, not just who do I want to be friends with, who do I want my children to be friends with? And I think that there is an incredible community at Ave Maria University of professors, faculty, staff, and students. And I'd be hard pressed to say there's a better place to go to surround yourself with people who are good for you. I suppose if we want to think about it as the sort of, Aristotle talks about three types of friendship, right? There's a friendship of utility, there's a friendship of pleasure, and then there's a virtuous friendship, true friendship, right? If that is ultimately our goal, is true friendship and community with one another, communion, right, as a church, then surrounding yourself with good people and people who are good for you, I think is incredibly important. And I think that's something that Ave Maria can provide to her students.
Beautiful. Is there a particularly or most popular course or a series of courses maybe that Ave is known for? Sure.
So I think we teach a theology course on theology of the body, which has been very, very popular. It was founded when Professor Michael Waldstein was here teaching in our theology program, who actually translated John Paul II's Love and Responsibility many, many years ago. So he taught that, and now we have a very, very great priest on campus, Father Joseph Lubilambi, who teaches the course now. And That's certainly one of the more popular courses that I think a lot of students enjoy taking.
Wonderful. What do students need to do? Like, what's the first step to evaluating Ave for themselves, and what does that process look like?
Sure. I think the first step is to ask yourself, what are you looking for after high school graduation? What is it that you want? Do you want to go to college? If you do, if you don't, that's certainly your own choice. But if you do, where do you want to go to college? And I think that there are certainly students, especially in these homeschooling programs, who will want an education that is a continuation of and a building up of the formation that they received, in the homeschooling that they've done up to that point. Mm-hmm. And I think Ave Maria provides an interesting option to continue the formation that they've received. If that is the case, then logistically, I highly encourage you to apply. Visit Ave Maria University's website. We've got a fast and free application. It's going to be a great way to get our attention as well. Hey, I'm interested. Great. We'd love to talk to you. So
great. What's the process then look like for the average student? Once they apply, what does that then look like?
So I think a lot of students are beginning to consider college at earlier ages, right? Inquire. We have a couple of different ways to do this. If before you even apply, you can always just inquire, which is stating that you're interested in more information. We'll get in touch with you. We'll give you more information. If you have an opportunity to get to a college fair that Ave Maria is present at, absolutely take advantage of that. But I highly encourage everyone to also visit our campus, especially in the winter. It's, who doesn't want to come down to Southwest Florida in the middle of January, sure. Right? But come down and visit, and not just for the weather, for the atmosphere that you're going to find here. I think anytime you're thinking about where is it that you want to spend 4 years of your life, it's important to, you always want to see the house that you're going to buy before you buy it, right? Or perhaps the apartment you're going to rent before you rent it. Well, I think it's a great idea to see the college that you'd like to attend before, or the university you'd like to attend before you attend there. So I highly encourage everyone to plan a visit. Then if you do apply, you end up working with an admissions counselor through the process, and we evaluate our applicants, based on their high school transcripts, and if they've taken, a standardized test, we take a look at that, and then we make sure, something unique that Ave Maria does, we make sure that every single student who is admitted to Ave Maria, before being admitted, has an opportunity to spend a significant chunk of time speaking with. If they can be in person, great. If not, it's 2021. We've all had to learn how to go virtual, right? Mm-hmm. A little bit. So we have opportunities to do that. And every student speaks with a member of the admissions team to find out, is Ave Maria where they'd like to be? And are they a great candidate? Would they be a great fit for Ave Maria University as well? So great. No, actually, you raised the next question I was going to ask was, how has the last couple of years maybe affected Ave or provided a little bit of, a new direction? And for homeschoolers then coming into this college, higher education space, how has 2020, what sort of changes have come about? Is there like distance learning? What anything different there? I think, like most places, the Ave Maria University Department of Enrollment, which includes our recruiting, our admissions, and our financial aid, have had to adapt to the virtual space, right? Which means a lot more Microsoft Teams discussions, a lot more Zoom. We've begun hosting, rather than just, experience Ave Maria by coming to visit, well, we'll do a digital Ave Maria experience where sign up for a slot and we'll try to give you the best virtual campus tour that we can, right? So we've certainly had to adjust to some of those things. But I think, we've picked up on it, and our applicants have picked up on it, and it seems to have worked, as we just brought in the largest class in Ave Maria University's history. We just brought in a class of 501 new students for the fall 2021 cycle. So
Well, that's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, in wrapping up here, Adam, we've what would be the main message that you'd like to share, either from yourself and or from Ave to homeschool families everywhere?
Sure. So I think one of the best things that I've ever heard about homeschooling was from a homeschooling father who wrote once in a blog that he writes that homeschooling is really time with parents and time with family. That's the best thing that he could think of about homeschooling. And that really struck me as someone who's thinking about what do I want to do with my children as they get older. My two boys are young enough that they're not quite at school age yet. But what do I want for my children? And then I was also struck, what is it that a current homeschooling family wants as their children move into the college age? And I think really what it is knowing who are you going to be around. Like I mentioned earlier, the people we surround ourselves with are so vitally important. Come to a place like Ave Maria University, where we value that. We take our Catholic faith seriously, just as you do, and we want to put you in a position to succeed.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, Adam. It's good to spend a couple of minutes with you. And for all of those who are catching the replay of this, it's been good to introduce Adam and Ave to you and your family. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your one friend that you really think would like to see it. And then come and join us in the free Catholic homeschool community on CatholicHomeschoolCommunity.com. God bless. Thank you, Adam, again. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we will see you in the neighborhood.